Checks everybody's okay. 3 o'clock's the time, and the Hankans Shield final is on. Taruri kicks out long, taken just outside the 22 by Kuruyabaki. Makes the ball up a few metres. He's 30 metres out from the line, and Baker is looking for it. Feeds the ball on the outside to Bain Champion, who pops the ball up in the air. Not a great kick. It's going to come down on the 10-metre mark, still inside their own half. It's been snatched away by Taruri, but unfortunately lost forward. So, Old Boys Marist will get the benefit of this. Baker for Old Boys Marist, very well performed. Left wing for Old Boys Marist, Ambrose Curtis. Ball on the outside now, Campion back on the inside, and here coming straight through is fullback hitting it. Now he takes the ball to ground up towards the 10-metre mark inside the Kia Toa half. Old Boys Marist on the charge. Baker flicks the ball out to the left, and there's Pedersen, who goes on his hands and knees and makes a few more metres. Here we are, picked up there with Hunter Prescott, working their way up towards the 22 on the right side of the field, but the ball's gone to ground and they've lost a bit of ground and gone backwards now. There's been an infringement. Offside play by Kia Toa. Early scoring opportunity. Old Boys Marist now loading up this kick. The sun is just beaming down on a beautiful arena pitch. Comes in, strikes it towards the post, floats it well, and start from the Old Boys Marist team. Made the most of a couple of infringements. The ball goes high in the air. It's going to be contested. It's a little bit messy. It's coming back on Kia Toa's side, and this big number 3 Lynch Phillips goes to ground, but a little knock on by Kia Toa, and the transition gives the benefit of the scrum back. As the other rounds of club rugby finish on the backfields, it's been finals day here in Manawatu. We hope to get those results for you shortly. Ball's been put in the back by Baker. Hand over the top, out to Campion. Pops it high in the air, the cross-field kick. It's an early test, but taken quite easily there by fullback Monahan for Kia Toa. He goes to ground just inside the Old Boys Marist half. There's Jackson Ruasi. Up, makes 10 metres. Better running ball. Hanari on the outside. Here come Kia Toa. Breaking their way forward downfield. The ball's on the inside, but they didn't need it. Over they go. UK, Jay Taruri by Jingos. He's a welcome sight back in the double blues of Kia Toa. This conversion's only going to be 4 metres in from the right-hand touch as he comes now and strikes it towards the post, but he hasn't hit it well, and it just slides in front. Champion kicks out long, taken down just outside the 22 by Kia Toa, and immediately taken and driven back in a tackle. Good work, good defence here by Old Boys Marist, who are up pretty quickly, and they're keeping Kia Toa pinned behind the advantage line at the moment. So out it comes back to Taruri. He's going to try and open things up to Bunce, who sidesteps, been taken in a great tackle and driven backwards. They're only 80 metres out from their line, Kia Toa midfield, looking to spark something. They're going to try and run their way up, but they've made the mistake. Ball's gone to ground. Old Boys Marist had the advantage, and over the top the forwards go. There it is for Hanari. He picks it up, pops it straight up to Gurin, who makes a couple of metres. Hanari now working back on the short side. Quick ball up on the outside. There is number 14 for Old Boys Marist, just put into touch. No, he's out the line, and the try has been awarded, although they're going to have a talk to the assistant referee. Yep, try. Lines up the conversion. Steps back, steps forward, strikes the ball towards the post, coming round, just hitting that right. Taruri kicks the ball out high, taken in the air beautifully was Zane Byrne. Aerially, Atu Hirani pops the ball, Baker pops the ball over the top. It's taken down the left wing by a fullback, Dan Monahan. He goes to ground inside the Kia Toa half, and here come the Marist Old Boys forwards working their way through. They may have turned this. No, but there's an infringement there, losing the feet. So, the third member of the famous brothers, Tundro brothers from Fiji. Good servants of the game for Kia Toa. Throws it long over the top. It's a bit bouncy. It's messy. Lost forward there by Old Boys Marist, but comes back in the hands of Taruri, who punches the ball down to that left wing side for Old Boys Marist. And now it's driven away. Ambrose couldn't find touch. So back up to halfway it goes. The ball goes high in the air. And there's Curtis down, taking it easily inside his 22 and gets the fair mark. Now he drives it down this left-hand touch. It's not going to go out again. So what will they do here? Taruri feeds the ball back inside to Bunce. He'll try and light it up, dances off 1-2, then caught on halfway. But it's there for Kia Toa, working that short side, and they've burst their way down that short side, back on the inside, chip the ball forward, but the referee's flag's gone up a little close to the sideline, and it'll be an Old Boys throw in. Hunter Prescott taken in the middle there though, well, but it looks like Fraser Stone in the middle for Kia Toa. So they've snatched that one away, and they pick and they drive and make a few metres up towards the 22. Now it's with Hedani. Stone goes for a run, drives his way forward. 20 metres now out from the line, midfield. They're going back on the short side. Tanudi pops a little chip ahead. If it can be gathered, oh, it just bounces away and into touch. That was danger time again for Old Boys Marist. They've just 15 metres to the right of the post. Steps in. Now he strikes it towards the post. That's a better kick. Flags go up, no problem at all. Old Boys Marist scored after only 3 minutes, but it's been all Kia Toa since then. Again, a missed kick-off, and Owasi takes it away. Now it's with Hanadi out to Teruri. He jinks back on the inside as the defence comes up flat and goes back to the safety of his forwards. 32 metres out from their own line, Kia Toa. They'll try and bust their way forward, coming back midfield and going to ground. 12 metres inside their own half. Hanadi. Now it's off to Stone. He puts his head down and bundles his way into those green and black jerseys. On the outside. Now here's a little chance for Kia Toa down the outside. Can they make something happen? Picked up beautifully at the back by Luther Hirani. They're inside their half, but Old Boys Marist now have the ball, and Baker is now going to try and work something on the short side. Captain Pedersen puts his boot to ball. Bunce picks it up, flings the ball back onto wide to the outside, and Chiduri tries to find some space, but all he finds is Ambrose Curtis down the side, 22. He'll come up to the line and punch the ball towards the safety of the sideline. It goes out, bang on halfway. It'll be a Kia Toa throw-in. By Kia Toa. Neil Tunjuru shows them down the back, taken easily by Stone. Now he comes to ground. Hanari back on the outside. And here's Big Tavita Manu, who goes for a rumble up inside the Old Boys Marist half. Kia Toa lighten it up. Uasi. Oh, by gee, he looks good every time he gets the ball. Now they're coming back on the short side again. That was Kenny Wehelmi who had a bit of a dab. Now it's back to Teppert. He goes to ground. Hanari still got the ball. Manu feeds the ball on to Ruri, trying to find some space on the outside. And there's Bunce. Bad pass in front and low of Maola, who wasn't able to pick it up. It just goes into touch. Save for them. First time in the big dance since they came together in 2008. Goes over the top. They've regathered it, but been driven back, and a good tackle there by Fraser Stone. It's at the back there, and Baker is looking for the ball. Pedersen picks up and goes on the flank of one of his men, drives him forward 5 metres. Now they come to ground again. Flung the ball back down to the midfield with a left running ball, but not much way forward there. Good defence so far from Kia Toa. Oh, popped the ball. Beautiful spiking run on the third by Beth Woodviller. Sorry, it was Luther Hirani. He came on the outside. And there's big Chris Long trying to make something happen. Champion pops the ball on the outside, but losing his footing. It's Worth Miller. Now he comes to ground. Still going. They haven't dropped him yet. Pumps the ball downfield. It's going to go into the in goal. And Kia Toa. I know that if Old Boys Marist win this, there's going to be 10,000 of that club listening to this commentary and criticising every little name I get wrong. So I'll put a blanket apology out now. Ball bounces all the way down there to Hirani, who feeds the ball across. Here comes Curtis. He always looks good ball in hand. Bounces out of the first tackle. Makes another 2 or 3 metres. 7 metres on their side of halfway. Baker pops the ball across to Pedersen, but there's no way through for him. So he's got players left and right. He can go. They're going to work on the left side. Back out to Hirani. Hirani jinks one way and pops the ball over the top. Very good kick. It's bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Makes its way into the in goal. So they'll let it go all the way back, and Monaghan will touch the contest so far. Teruri pops the ball high in the air for the Kia Toa to contest it, but they're slow off the mark, and it's been taken there pretty easily by Pedersen, who goes to ground. 12 metres inside the Kia Toa half. Out there to Kura Yabaki, who feeds the ball on, taken to ground. Kia Toa looking interested in turning this one over, but they haven't got the ball back. Legal play there by Old Boys Marist so far. Tunjuru thrown into a 6-man line out. Down the back it goes to Iwasi. He picks it up and gives it straight back to Kingsley Tippett. He's got it up off the ground. They'll be told to use it. Hinari's got his hands on the ball, and here it is, back with Jackson Iwasi. And now he goes over to ground. Hinari wants the ball. There it is for him. Pulls the ball back out to again. It's with Tippett. He goes to ground. Hinari back on the outside to Big Fraser Stone. Makes his way forward. This is good play by Kia Toa. They're on the charge with Tururi. Jinks one way and cuts back on the inside. Hinari wants it quickly. It's been spoilt there by Chris Long. The ball's at the back. There's no halfback. So in comes Tundru to seal it off. And great defence there by Hunter Prescott over the top. Went over the grandstands full of both Double Blue and Old Boys Marist supporters. That one's a better take by Old Boys Marist at the back, and it goes straight out to midfield for them as they make their way forward. Baker wants quick ball. Now he gets it. Popped back up. Looked like Pedersen in the middle. Baker flicking the ball back. They've got numbers out here on the left flank if they can do it. Pop the ball on the outside, but it's gone over the head. Or Kuruyabaki just forced the pinzer. Now it's back to Iwasi, who flings the ball on the outside to Rui. Now he gets the ball going, and that's up to Tari Ferris. He drives forward, makes 10 metres inside the Old Boys Marist half. Now it's back to Hilary. They've got some space and some numbers on the outside. Still working their way forward, trying to free the ball. It's been dropped there by Neil Tundru. Playing a little advantage. There is none. So they'll come all the way back for the Old Boys Marist scrum. The scrum will be 8 metres in. Referee Tim Griffiths. Introducing the front rows to each other. Come on boys, get together. Here we go. Halamarara Baker with the ball at the back. Pedersen's protecting him. Easy play out to Champion. Flick back on the inside. Good ball by Old Boys Marist. Again it's gone out to Kuruyabaki, who stands up, makes a couple of metres. Has he got the ball back? There it is for Baker. They're coming back on their shorter side. And a lovely, lovely step-in run there by, looked like Hedene, who came in from fullback. Good work in their way forward. They had an appeal to the referee, but the ball is there for Old Boys Marist. So it comes back to Champion on the outside. Big Chris Long drives his way up to the 10 metre mark inside Kia Toa half. Again, it's back out to Champion, who pops the ball over the top, and it's going to bounce and bounce and bounce and eventually taken into touch. Oh, great kick there. Tap back, but it's messy. Touched by Kia Toa. Has it gone forward? No, said referee, play on. So it's been scooped back to Old Boys Marist. It's very messy stuff. Kuruyabaki picks the ball and flings the ball out to the left. And there looks like Hunter Prescott. Happy hooker makes his way over the 22 mark again, but it's a penalty for Kia Toa. But the weather gods are smiling. Neil Tundru thrown into the middle, and it's tapped back there by Fraser Stone. Big ball on the outside. That's with Tuduri. Tar Ferris on the outside. Bunts. Kicks the ball on the inside. Cuts his way through, but the referee blows his whistle and says it's forward. Hamarura Baker, halfback for Old Boys Marist. 4 players out to the left for Old Boys Marist, but they're coming on the short side. At the outside, and there's Luther Herdon up on the big side. There's cutting straight through. It's Worthmiller. Worthmiller for the line. Worthmiller the try. Here again today. And Worthmiller had some work to do. He did it very well. Champions attempting this conversion. 9 metres in from the right hand touch. The charge is on. The kick is made. It's curling, but not enough. Tiduri pops the ball high in the air. This will be contested. Popped back there by Old Boys Marist. Illegally so. Might have been an offside rule. The one we saw not so long ago, 2 weeks ago, in the final test between the Lions and the All Blacks. Tiduri. Good goal kick of this young man. Works around and now strikes it all very badly. Palms to north. Champion comes forward and strikes it downfield. It's going to be allowed to bounce. Tereri will take it. Comes his way up to halfway. Sticks it high in the air. Coming through is Monaghan to contest it. It's popped up in the air. It's messy. Now it's gone in Kia Toa's hands. Up popped the ball back on this outside on the right hand flank. Up inside the 22 they go. The referee's flag goes up on the far side, but in the line. And Wickham Manuel threatening to make a cut on the inside too. Huge scrum there by Old Boys Marist. Tight head. Great play. Kick over the top's been tipped, so everybody's onside. Wickham Manuel picks up the ball and comes back, but Kia Toa have gone back inside their half. The ball is there for them by the looks, but they're pretty bunched. So Taruri's going to pop the ball back on the inside. Messy, and it's a penalty for Kia Toa. Offside the play. So as he makes his way over to the sideline, Taruri strikes the ball down the right hand touch. And it's not going to go into touch. Pulled back by Ambrose Curtis. He pops the ball back to Hinardi, who strikes it down the touch line. It will be a Kia Toa throw-in, but not where they were wanting to have it. Thrown down the back, it's a bit dodgy. It goes to ground and it's been recovered by Old Boys Marist. Good work. Baker pops the ball up to Chris Long, who has a run forward. Again it's Baker getting the ball away quickly to Champion. Pops the ball over to his left-hand flank. Oh, it's going to bounce. That's Messi from Kia Toa, and they're driven into touch. No, the flag hasn't gone up. Very clever play there by Dan Monaghan. There's been a little infringement. It's come back now to Old Boys Marist. And there it is with Baker. He flings the ball back on the outside. And here goes Hirini, smacked down in a tackle just inside the Kia Toa half. Kia Toa forwards come over the top, looking to drive their way forward. And have they done enough? I think they have. Good work, good counter-rucking there by Kia Toa. They've got some space out on this left flank if they can go. It's with Bunce. Down the outside to Monaghan. Short ball, and away goes Wickham Manuel. Down the left-hand touch. Jinks one way to the other. Dives, and he's in for the try. Tobias. It's going to be Tereri who attempts this conversion just inside the 22, and again that's a very poor kick. That's 3 in jersey 19. Champion kicks out towards the touch, contested well, but it's been picked up and scooped there by Manu for Kia Toa. Again he's in the sideline but driven towards the sideline and still in play. Referee says it's come back on the Old Boys Marist half. There's been a little infringement, knock on by Kia Toa. Albera Baker, hands on the ball. Good platform, set. Bounces out quickly, but the ref says play on. Champion pops the ball back there for Kuru Yabaki. He goes to ground. Pop the ball back there again for Old Boys Marist. They've still got it, driving their way forward. That's better play. 5 metres up towards the halfway they come. Baker. He's looking left, the short side. Now he goes back to the right to Evergreen Chris Long. He goes to ground. Like an evergreen tree, he was felled by a very good tackle around the ankles. Byrne goes for a bit of a stab. Still makes his way forward. The ball's popped back on the Kia Toa side. Play on, says referee. But coming through and making the tackle from Old Boys Marist was smart play. Now it's with Teruri, who pops. It's been charged. Pretty messy stuff. Back to Monaghan. They're going to come all the way back for a long period of advantage for a knock on. Benedict Grant in the boot of the scrum for Old Boys Marist. Griffiths says okay, pop the ball in, and it goes. And it's a free kick to Kia Toa. Taking it quickly is Uasi. He drives his way forward. Oh, he's immense, this young man. Makes 10 metres on his own. Hinari fumbles it and not back 10, so they'll get another free kick. They were playing an advantage. Huge blindside on the right, but they're stacked for left running ball. It's at the base now for them. Off comes Uasi. He goes on the blind side. Breaks 1, 2, 3. Another 10 metres. Drops it back there. Here it goes with Hinari. He pops the ball back up and they drive their way forward. Jackson Uasi this time took the ball up and did his piece of work. Now it's with Neil Tunjuru making their way forward. 30 metres out from the Old Boys Marist line. There goes Fraser Stone. He drives his way forward. Hinari back on the outside to Jackson Uasi. Jackson Uasi driving forward. Now it's with Hinari. Manu right over the top. They come. Hinari. It's left running ball. That's where the players are. Tururi takes it to the line. Short ball. Back on the inside. Monaghan taking in the tackle. They're only 18 metres out from the Old Boys Marist line. Here comes Jordan Bunce looking for a runner. still going across field. They haven't got him down yet, but he's right in front of the posts, only 18 metres out. Hinari, right running ball. Tururi over the top. If it bounces well, it does. It's a try. Kia Toa in. Overseas. Looks up at the post. This conversion on the right hand touch comes in, strikes it a little better than it has. Marist now playing from the right to left. Champion kicks out, taken easily there by a big Fraser Stone, who drives his way forward, but over the top Manu overran the ball. What a shame. By gee, he looked good. It'll be an old ball. Tragically taken by injury, the captain of the Old Boys Marist, and they claim this in the line out beautifully there by Kingsley, by Halameems. Now they feed the ball back on the outside, and that was Big Tavita Manu who makes his way forward. They're working the short side. Hit a knee, trying to work his magic. Puts the ball to boot, pops it on the ground, but it's messy. Taken in there by Kia Toa. And Hinari's looking for it, looking for a quick release. They're going to go back and they're going to have to work their way out. And that's with Wihongi. And he goes to ground. Hinari pops the ball back there to Manu. Good big ball running prop forward, that boy. Hinari. Now it's back on the inside. Fraser Stone goes to ground. They're 26 metres out from their own line and in trouble as Long comes through and scrags Hinari. Referee is blowing his whistle. It's going to be an Old Boys Marist scrum. Great defence. 26 metres out from the Kia Toa line. 11 metres in from the left-hand touch. It's all left running ball and away it comes out to Champion. Kuriyabaki. Good ball up on the outside. Now they're sprinting down this left-hand flank. Oh, good covering tackle there by Kia Toa. Old Boys Marist on the ground. They're only 2 metres away. Diving forward. It's a little bit messy there over the top. They go Baker. Baker back on the outside to Champion. Pops the ball back to Benedict Grant. He's held up 8 metres out from the line. So Baker will go in again. They've got options left and right. They're going right. Champion, shape to kick. Now feeds the ball back to his left. Chris Long with the ball. Chris Long to the line. 3 metres out only now. Baker, can they get the equaliser? Driving their way forward. Halameem's on the ground. Baker appealing for something, but it's not there. Now it is, but the referee's arm go up the other way. I'm off with injury. In jersey 22, thrown down and claimed back by Kia Toa, but they dropped the ball on the ground. A little knock on. It's going to be Old Boys Marist ball. Who can forget that fantastic try he scored in the 2015 final for the Turbos, down on this left-hand flank, right in front of us. Back to Champion though, as Old Boys Marist have got the ball. Curtis working his way on the outside, trying to find his way through, still up, still going. Can he feed the ball back? Fighting his way forward. Makes 15 metres, great work. Baker, poor pass. Champion regathers. Long in midfield, puts his head down and burrows his way forward. Old Boys Marist, 29 metres out in midfield. What can they do? They're looking left and right. Left running ball is the call. Hennedy pops the ball on the outside. Halameem's back out to Prescott. Makes his way forward. He's been covered with Kia Toa defence, but they've still got it. Out with Baker. Pop the ball back with Armstrong. Kuriyabaki pops the ball one-handed out the back. If this pops up, they're going to be in, and they are in. Marist has looked outstanding. Coming over from Fobo after last year, he's made a great impact on the game today. Always just looking and threatening on that outside. Nice strike of the ball by Champion, but I'm afraid pops the ball long. Nice kick out. It's going to be taken easily there by Halameem's inside his 22. He picks up and runs forward 5 metres. Held up off the ground. This could be a maul. Now it goes to ground. Is it going to come back? It's there for Kia Toa. Smart play. Fraser Stone has it. He only knows one way. Puts his head down and burrows into it. Henare looking to set this back line alight. It was bobbled there by big Jackson Uasi. He's held up off the ground. It's there at the back for Henare. Now he's got it, but it's very messy for him. Oh, it's come back. It's messy. A fly kick at the ball by Champion. Didn't connect. So it'll be on the Kia Toa side, 12 metres inside the Old Boys Marist half. Midfield, they can go either side. Hanare's having a look. assessing his options, coming back to Tururi, popping it into a huge space in behind and bouncing towards the sideline. Very clever kick, Jade Tururi. Great day it's been. The backfields are full of all the finals and big crowds down here to support their teams. Back inside their in goal they go and working their way out as Old Boys Marist. They're 10 metres out from the line, but they held up off the ground. It goes down now and it's on the ground there for Baker. He can see it, putting it straight back to Champion, who pops it onto his left foot and finds the safety of the touchline. It'll be a Kia Toa throw-in, 20 metres out from the Prescott in the middle, but it's going to be Neil Tunjuru who throws the ball in. His brother's out on the wing now. They'd like to get the ball to him. They've got a chance now because they feed it, but it wasn't straight. The call by Griffiths, it'll be a scrum feed for Old Boys Marist. They had a big lineup. The brother Neil, who came out, started on the side of the scrum and now's converted to hooker, having a good game this afternoon. Apart from that lazy throw. Good scrum by Old Boys Marist. It's with Baker. Back to Champion. He's going to put his right foot to it. Down his left-hand touch, very close to touch. Into touch it goes. And referee just looking back to see was. So we'll just let you know who they were replacing in a moment. Old Boys Kia Toa throw-in, and it's a little bit messy for them, but it's come back on the Kia Toa side. It's messy, so Hanari has to go back towards the sideline and clean up. Driven back, they've gone back 20 metres. Tundro at the base of the scrum. He passes the ball out, not too bad either. Goes out to Big Tavita Manu. He works his way forward. Over the ball he goes, tried to secure it for his team. Hanari pops the ball back to Kia Toa. They're making their way forward midway between the 22 and halfway inside their own half. Hanari. Again, it's left running ball. Braden Uwasi, by gee, he's a striking figure. Every time he gets it, something happens. There's always 10 metres in it. Oh, a bit messy on the ground. Manu pops, signals to referee, he sent it backwards, but it doesn't matter because it's come back to Old Boys Marist. They've got some space down the outside. Look like Getchy. Early touch of the ball. Now it's back to Baker. Feeds the ball back, left running ball. Slicing the way through beautifully. Is this a chance for Old Boys Marist? No, it's been tipped to Tuluri. Broken play. Working their way forward. The referee's whistle's gone for a little knock on by Kia Toa, and it'll be an Old Boys Marist scrum. By on the right side flank. Long and Byrne as locks. Armstrong, Prescott and Guerin in the front row. They've had the wood on Kia Toa forwards. Again, it's a very good set, good scrum, Old Boys Marist. They've got it held there at the back. Now the ball's been released on the outside to Kuriyabaki. Tries to work his way through, but he's been taken down in a tackle. 70 metres out from the line. There was Olurawai, who made a couple of metres. Now they're working their way forward with under Prescott. In fact, it was Guerin who goes to ground. Over the top, it's replacement halfback Troy Sheriff. Now it's Sheriff on the outside. Kuriyabaki. Oh, good ball, good hands to pull this one in on the far flank for Old Boys Marist. Ball's on the ground. The defence is pretty flat. They're pulling them back. So Sheriff pops the ball back, and that's Prescott who goes to ground. Sheriff signalling his boys. Armstrong's waiting out here. Grant picks up and goes. Makes a couple of metres. There was no one running off him. There should have been. Halameens goes over the top, protects the ball. There's no halfback. So Guerin picks up, has a wee dab himself. Again, there's no halfback in there. They'll need to get organised. I'm not sure where the ball is. Kuriyabaki has it, and he flings the ball back on the outside. Oh, beautiful run back on the inside to number 13, who is Jared Deal. He goes to ground. They're only 12 metres out now from the Kia Toa line. Down by 2. They'd love to score here. Sheriff digging for the ball. Penalty Kia Toa. So it's going to be Neil Tunjuru who throws in to the line out, taken there beautifully in the middle by Teppert, who pops the ball back on the outside to Kenny Wihongi, who has a bit of a dab out in midfield. There's Henari back on the inside. Uasi, Jordan Bunce, can they outflank them? Through the first tackle goes fullback Monaghan, and they're down on the ground. Now bursting their way forward is Nathan Tundro, makes 15 metres on his own. They've got Old Boys Marist stretched as Fraser Stone makes his way forward, 18 metres out from the Old Boys Marist line, 15 in from the left-hand touch. Hinardi searching for it, huge line-up out on the right as it comes back now to Wihongi. But he's been met in a good tackle. They're 20 metres out from the line, midfield. As it comes to Teruri, short ball up, and it's been read well and grabbed away by Kuriyabaki. If he can feed it off, it's danger time, it is danger time! It's gone to Ambrose Curtis, he races away and scores the try. Under the post. No problem. 25, Kia Toa 20. Teruri pops the ball high, contested, but taken easily there by Halameems for Old Boys Marist. The ball's on the ground, it goes to Sheriff, who pops the ball over the top. It's going to go into space, it's going to bounce. Monaghan's running back to pick it up, and he has to go all the way back to only 12 metres out from his line. He works his way forward. Oh, he looks tired, strikes it away towards the sideline, finds it. There's a quarter of the match to go. Thrown to a short line out, taken easily in the middle, there by number 4 Zane Byrne. Now it's Chris Long back up on the outside to Ruawai, who goes to ground. Sheriff is over the top. Right or left he can go, he goes right. Putting the ball back on the side was Deal, comes up to Armstrong with number 1 on his back, and he makes 5 metres. They can sense it, they've got some urgency and they're full of running. Halameems picks it up and has a go, but driven back in a good offensive defensive tackle. Dropped there by Sheriff, who's angry at himself, punches the ball down. He knows that that was an opportunity out there on the right wing. Scrum feed and 1 there for Kia Toa. Up off the left wing was driving their way forward. Nathan Tundru should have been out there, but now it goes to ground. Over the top, it's Hinani, up to Neil Tundru. Taken to ground. Hinani again, feeding that short side, trying to make something happen. Fraser Stone working his way forward. 12 metres inside their own half. And they're looking a little tired, Kia Toa. Working their way forward. The big game last week against Varsity, has it taken them out? Penalty, Old Boys Marist. Good defence. To attempt the penalty, take them out beyond the single score. Important kick. Strikes it. Nice. High and straight. Teruri pops the ball out long. Down inside the 22 for Old Boys Marist. Taken there by Grant, who works his way forward and smashes into the Kia Toa defence. They're full of running. Over the top. Champion, and that's a good ball that sails over the top of Nathan Tundro, drives him down, back, well inside his 22. He will right foot it down the left hand touch. Got to find it. Big advantage for Old Boys Marist. They're back on attack. 6-man line out. Zane Byrne over the top, goes to Halameems. Champion, back on the inside. Oh, smack down there was Guerin. The Champion will be there again. It's fast ball on the outside. Halameems. He's a fast, loose, ranging player, this one. Over the top he goes. The midfield, they can go left and right. Coming left. Tamara, short ball. Kuriaki back on the outside. Couldn't free it up. Been held up. It is another penalty. Head high tackle this time. That's on Jordan Bunsen, number 13. Champion. Gone into halfback now. He's doing everything this afternoon. One step back, 1, 2, 3, forward, strikes it, it's high, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, but it just fades out. So we got, they're looking flat. Teruri strikes the ball out high. It's been taken there by Chris Long in the air. Did he get taken in the air? No doubt he'll appeal. Champion has it, pops the ball back to Guerin, who pops his way forward and smashes into Tare Ferris and goes to ground. Champion is going to come back on the short side, pops the ball through, smart play, bounces all the way down and into touch. Only 5 metres out. Old Boys Marist, he won't want to go anywhere. Tundro throws to the middle, it's Messi coming back on the Old Boys Marist side. Here's a chance for them to put it out again. Over the top they go. They've got it, a drive, Halameems, no way forward. Champion's just organising his boys, and it goes quickly. Again, a short dive at the line. What have they got? It'll be the fatties who pick it up and have a go on their own maybe. Chris Long has it. Makes his way forward, a little dab. Armstrong, again, works his way forward. Over the top. They'll be happy to soak up the pressure, soak the juice out of the Kia Toa forwards. Right on the line. They stand up higher this time. They'll go to ground. Only 2 metres out from the line. The ball is there. Dumped up to the side, but no way through. Still on the attack. Half a metre short. Be hard to get the ball back from there. Is it going to come out? Champion can see it. In fact, a short dive at the line by Prescott. Now it's Champion. Released. Duck in one way. He was going to pass it out, but instead he's gone to ground. He'll leave it for the fatties. Another dive at the line. He's on the line. What does ref say? Try! Old boys Marist. He won't want to go anywhere. Toondro throws to the middle. It's Messi coming back on the old boys Marist side. Here's a chance for them to put it out again. Over the top they go. They've got it. A drive. Hannah Means. No way forward. Champion's just organising his boys, and it goes quickly. Again, a short dive at the line. What have they got? It'll be the fatties who pick it up and have a go on their own maybe. Chris Long has it. Makes his way forward, a little dab. Armstrong, again, works his way forward. Over the top. They'll be happy to soak up the pressure, soak the juice out of the Kia Toa forwards. Right on the line. They stand up higher this time. They'll go to ground. Only 2 metres out from the line. The ball is there. Dumped up to the side, but no way through. Still on the attack. Half a metre short. Be hard to get the ball back from there. Is it going to come out? Champion can see it. In fact, a short dive at the line by Prescott. Now it's Champion. Released. Duck in one way. He was going to pass it out, but instead he's gone to ground. He'll leave it for the fatties. Another dive at the line. He's on the line. What does ref say? Try! So, 8 points still remains the margin. 12 minutes to play. How important may that call have been in this game? We'll tell you in 12 minutes' time. Replacement hooker on for Kia Toa, which is Tyler Goodman. Thrown to a four-man line-out, taken there beautifully by Fraser Stone, and Owasi plays halfback. Pops the ball back on the outside to Wee Hongi over the top. They're trying to get it out to Toondro. Short ball, there's Nathan Toondro, and he's got it through the first one, through the second one, over the top of the third, comes to ground just inside the Old Boys Marist half. Fed on by Teruri, it goes to Fraser Stone, who goes 8 metres, stands up and goes again another 5 metres. Henardi puts the ball back to Teruri, trying to find the short ball up in a gap to Tari Ferris, but there's no way forward. He goes to ground, 8 metres inside the Old Boys Marist half. It's back there to Wee Hongi, who goes to ground. Henardi can go left or right, organising his back line. Pops the ball up. Uasi's just on his shoulder. Over this top standing is Fraser Stone. Pops up to Tururi. Tries to pop the ball back with a miracle one. It looks messy. It's been knocked on. Old Boys Marist still have a feet to the scrum. 3 metres on their side of half. Jason Tamara on the inside of him in first 5. Outside Jared Deal. And they're coming this left running ball. Tamara. Left-footed kick. We know where they want to play it, and it's down well inside the Kia Toa half. Kia Toa will have a throw to the line out, but it's only 28 metres out. Hunter Prescott back off the ground, thrown to a full line out. Goes to the middle, snapped down there beautifully by Halameems. Back on the outside, Wee Hongi. Up to Kuriyabaki. Again, he makes some good metres. Presented nicely for Champion. Back up to Chris Long. He's everywhere, this man. So Champion, which way is he going to go? He's going to stick with the fatties. Goes up to Fraser Armstrong, who runs into Bunts, midfield. They're working that right side with Hunter Prescott working his way forward. Champion On his way back, there it is with Benedict Grant. He again makes a few metres. Good play. Only 15 out from the line. Pops it back. Halameems driving his way forward. Champion keeping all these forwards organised. It's good play. Back to Benedict Grant. They'll work their way across midfield, hoping to draw another penalty. Oh, they ran into his own player. What's the referee said? No, it's okay. Carry on. So it's still there for Old Boys Marist. Looked like he ran straight to the back of his own player, but they're working their way forward. Only 5 metres out from the line, as it's Chris Long drives his way forward. 15 in from the right-hand touch. They're working the short side. Halameems goes to ground. Champion still just waiting, watching, learning. Fraser Armstrong driving his way over the top of the Kia Toa defence. Where's the ball? Wasn't come out, but it was clearly Old Boys Marist on the offensive. They'll have a feet to the scrum. Big night celebrating if they can lift the Hankans shield. First time they've played in a final, remember. They're finishing over the top at the moment. It's at the back of the scrum for Champion. Holds it. Sprints out. Tamara. Back on the inside. Deal! Deal through the line. Pulled down. 2 metres out. Penalty Kia Toa. Holding on. Now. There it is with Teppert. On the ground he goes. Hinardi. Straight back on the outside. Oh, it's hard ball down the outside, but Weehong picks it up. Now he puts it way back. It's Bunce! Bunce is broken through! Is this the moment? On the outside! Nathan Toondrew pulled down in a magnificent tackle on the outside by his opposite Michael Getchie. Now it's pulled forward. It looked like it was Ambrose Curtis on the far side. So Kia Toa have the ball back and it's with right wing for them, which is Maola, but he's been pulled down midfield, 22 metres out from the line. That was the moment. Tell what, Michael Getchie won't have to buy himself a beer for a long time in the Marist club rooms. That was a cracker of a tackle. Now he feeds the ball back on the outside. Hillary pops the ball down. He wants to play territory. It's going to run and run and run and run and run and go into touch. There's a player on this short side. Which way's Hinardi going to do? They've got to do something quickly. 2.5 minutes left to play. Hankans Shield's final. Hinardi feeds the scrum. The ball's back to him. They come on the short side. He runs for a little bit, but gets scrambled in a strong Old Boys Marist defence. Goes to ground. Only 4 metres inside his left-hand touch. They have the ball. Fraser Stone makes a couple of metres. Over the top. Hinardi. They're standing still. Owasi tries to spark something and always makes a few metres. By gee, he looks good. Industrious. Back to Taruri. He'll try and find some space with Bunce on the outside. Can they work their way forward? Flick the way back. The flag goes up. The ball's in touch. Old Boys Marist will have a throw. To be on the field when the whistle blows and the Hankans Shield goes into the Marist club rooms. Cairns throws to the middle. It's messy, but it's bounced straight backwards and they've got it. They'll want to hold it. They'll want to count it down. Ball goes to Kia Toa. They'll have to score quickly. 10 unanswered points in the second half. 25 seconds left to play. Hinardi has the ball. Last fling for Kia Toa. Hinardi pops the ball on the outside to Ferris. Here comes the right wing Moana, but he's been taken to ground. Still inside their own half. Kia Toa, last fling of the dice for them. Hinardi back to Tuduri. Short ball. Uwasi, and he's on the charge. Dusts off Tamara. Makes his way inside the Old Boys Marist half. Now it's with Tuduri. Big Fraser Stone makes up 10 metres himself. It's with Bunce, who drives his way forward, trying to find the gap, but it goes in behind. It's a sloppy pass. Goes back in the hands of Ferris. They're still on their side of halfway. The scoreboard clock ticks over 80 minutes. The next time out, it could be it. Pops the ball up to Lynch Phillips. So, Kia Toa just trying to play this out. Punches the ball forward. On the ground it goes. And running to touch. Over the line. The flag goes up. Let's hear what the referee says. Thrown down the middle, tap back by Stone. Harari, back on the outside to Ruawai, pops the ball over the top. And chasing through is Bunce, hacks at the ball. Now it's gone to ground, hacked again. It's in the hands of Old Boys Marist. Yes it is, no it's not, yes it is. Yes it is, they're over the top, they should get this one back. Penalty to Kia Toa, they'll take this one quickly. Try and finish with a try if they can. What are they going to do? They're going to tap and go. Fraser Stone launches himself at the Old Boys Marist line. Hits the ball, up they go. There's a gap in the middle for Nathan Toondro. Over he goes and scores. But it won't matter. It's a very quick dropout. Is there any time to play? Referee says no. It's all over.